Imprint has shocked the world. Out November 11th, 4K Ultra HD. It's 40th anniversary. And like I mentioned, a release that tested my soul, tested my love for physical media. I've got my... It's been released in Germany in a fairly decent amount of times, and like Blu-ray and these nice like sort of bigger box editions. And then, as you mentioned, they put out this 4K, which is Die Unleashed Gesichtigt.
Yeah.
Something of that.
Part 2.
Yeah, something along those lines. And this is
Jonathan Brandis one?
No, yeah. No, that's Die Unleashed Gesichtigt 2.
I like that.
So that came out, and it's the German cut. And that has some differences, like it doesn't have the soundtrack, it doesn't, or the original, like that original song, like NeverEnding Story that everyone loves. There's a lot of like dubbed voices that are a little bit different. So when I watched it, I was a little taken back. Like I knew I was getting the German cut, but I guess I didn't read up on what the differences were.
I'd say the cut is that drastic.
Some of the voices that you just have known for the last 40 years that are completely different. It was like, whoa, like, okay. I mean, I'm glad the quality's good, but that's taking me off guard.
That reminds me, just a quick aside, you know what one of my holy grail sought after physical media releases is?
Not that it matters.
I believe it's a French release of Dumb and Dumber that's dubbed in English. And I read that this dub is hilarious because they're reading it like it's a real movie, but it's Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
And so like the juxtaposition is supposedly hilarious. And I've been dying to see that for years.
Sounds fun.
Was that like NeverEnding Story?
A little bit.
More of a, whoa, this is ruining my childhood.
Kind of. Like some of the voices are that drastically different that I was just like, holy shit.
Gotcha.
So that's the only 4K that had ever existed for NeverEnding Story. So that was it. That German release, and that's it. Hasn't had a US release date or release at all. So now here comes Imprint from Australia, putting this out, like I said, in its 40th anniversary. It's basically here. I'm going to get a better picture here, but it's basically to me like Australia's like 5-disc love letter to NeverEnding Story. It's like a massive deal, and it is pretty awesome for anybody that is a NeverEnding Story fan. This is probably the release you've probably been waiting for. So much new stuff too, which is really great. So it's coming with the theatrical US and the German cut in 4K. So you're getting both in 4K. Wow. So it's like the way to go.
Yeah.
On the theatrical cut, there's a 4K version that has a new audio commentary, and then the Blu-ray version of it has got all these new features, like adapting the NeverEnding Story featurette, imagineering the NeverEnding Story, like so much new stuff. Like you can see it right here. Oh my gosh. So much new stuff. And then, so over here, you've got the disc 3 is like the German cut. Disc 4 is the German cut as well. One on Blu-ray, one on 4K. And then they give you disc 5 as a full-length documentary on the making of the movie, which stands alone currently. It's called Life After NeverEnding Story. There's this series, Life After this and this. There's like 4 or 5 of these at this point. And this stands alone as of right now, and they included it in here.
Are the Blu-rays region free?
They are.
I can't believe it.
And it's got like all the actors today talking on it. Like it's a very thorough documentary. So this is like the ultimate sort of collection that you could possibly imagine for NeverEnding Story. So then when you look at this bad boy, it comes with, this, it's a 3D lenticular case holding the discs, like the regular case slides into like a 3D lenticular deal. A 27 by 40 poster.
Wow.
It's a biggin.
That is. That's
the 1984 press kit and lobby cards, all contained within a heavy magnet-clasped replica storybook with the iconic Aaron on it.
This is going too far.
For about 5 minutes, I just didn't even really grasp what I was looking at, like in terms of like what it all was. It was on my phone, it was small, and I was like, holy shit. Like I know Imprint's shipping prices. All the Imprint titles I've ever got, I got off deep discount. Mm-hmm. And so I know ahead of time that like this is going to be $30 shipping right off the bat. So I'm like, let me just get there. Let me just see what it's all about. And, like I said, the picture is very small, so I didn't really know. I couldn't really tell everything, but that NeverEnding Story book is like Godfather size.
But that's more apt for this release and what this movie is. In my eyes.
It is because the book is probably like the replica of like what the real size would be. But what I'm saying is that's the size it is. And when I was looking at this at first, I wasn't really comprehending the different size between the box and that. And I was like, holy shit, there's like this that goes inside of like a bigger, book box or whatever. And I was like, when I realized the size of it, and then when I saw that it's like $175 all in.
What?
I'm like, oh, maybe no. Like, I was so sad. I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where I'm glad I didn't grow up on this movie.
Oh, man, it really, that price is just such a killer. And I know people pulled the trigger on it. I've seen it anywhere from like $175 all the way up to $200, depending on where you're buying it, depending on what the shipping is. And it's just like, God, like if that, I get the awesomeness of having this book, which here I think I've got a closer up version of it, but if it came in like a bigger, harder outer box that the movie slid in like a traditional size thing, and you're selling it for like even, I don't know, 75, like I don't know, like I don't know.
I like how you had to lower your
like
voice.
50, 60, 70, like I don't, like something in that I would at least understand, but God, it's just so much. I can't do it.
Where's your money, man? I don't have any. No money? Mama's boy's holding out on us.
I will say this
makes me sad because I don't know if whoever does release this, which it's coming in the US, don't act like it's not at this point, but it's probably not going to have all these discs. It's probably not going to come with that documentary. It's probably not, this is like an awesome release.
It's probably not going to come with that German cut.
And from what I can tell, this is the only way you can buy this right now. Would you spend $180 on anything?
I just said this is a moment where I am so happy. I only saw this movie like once as a child, and I never latched onto it. So I am not torn. No, I wouldn't buy this even if it was.
I just mean,
40.
would you drop 180 on a title that you really love?
Similar,
yeah. I mean, because obviously it's limited too, so it's like going to be gone.
Yeah, they're pushing us. The industry is pushing us now, man.
Pushing me.
I don't know. I can't think of a title off the top. House Party.
In a gigantuan book edition.
In a gigantic top feed. That's what I want. No. If Criterion put out House Party, yes, I will spend $180 on it.
It's so great. It's so great. I mean, I don't need another display piece, but it is so awesome. Like, it really is. I wish they would release this in its original edition or something similar but smaller. I don't know.
So you say your cutoff for this would have been 70?
I don't know. It just depends on what it would have been, but it's definitely not 175 or 185.
That is ridiculous.
Let's go to the chat really quick. I'm curious to know if anyone just bought this without thinking about the consequences. Is there anybody out there who loves this movie so much that they did buy this for $175?
Leave me alone.
A lot of nopes. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of
Finch
nopes.
said the never-ending hole in your bank account.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is a lot. That is a lot. Let me see. I could write a litany of 80s. We're a lot of 80s crush talk. NeverEnding Story 4K imprint release. I know. We need somebody to start crowdfunding for us, says Oscar Burroughs. Yes, please.
For real. Yeah, Victor, like me, he said never had an attachment. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't exposed to it that much as a kid. I don't remember it playing on cable or...
I actually don't see a lot of NeverEnding Story fans in this chat.
I thought there'd be more. I always felt like the outsider with this movie. Like, I never latched onto it the way my generation did.
Oh, no.
Well, I hope they appreciate my anguish. I hope that's what this is all about.
We do.
Them languishing in my anguishing.
We appreciate your anguish, but we also we're in that comfort zone of it's not us this time.
It's not us. It's not the decision I've got to make.
Yeah, so we're just kind of like watching you wallow.
I know. Kind of sucks.
But we feel it, dude. We feel it.
Okay. All right. So nobody bought this, and you're all smart, and you all had some self-control like me. I bet you it's going to look great, though.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, that, to me, thematically, it makes sense for that movie.
Okay.
The story is in the title. Put it in a book. That's cool.
That is cool.
You know?
I liked it. I like it, Russ. All right. Well,
plus I'm trying to talk you into buying it just for the channel. Actually, I take all this back. Man, you need this.
We can't let Mom's death be an excuse for not getting the old job done, right?
How your collection will never be complete without this.
I know.
You're going to be. Can you pull up that edition you already own, Matt?
I will say.
Can I look at the edition you already own one more time, please?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So look at this. This is just a standard case. I mean, it's
even got a big ugly yellow like rating on it.
Oh God, look at that.
That's hideous.
That's atrocious.
That's hideous.
Ew. You can look at that. Ew. And I mean,
no,
dude, it's adequate, Matt. It's adequate.
Start facing your problems, okay?
I know how much you love NeverEnding Story. It'd be a shame that this was your representation of that love.
All right. Well, I mean,
in
all
the
right,
great scheme of things, what's $175?
A lot. I'll throw one nitpick at it. I don't mind when they put their logo on the side of the spine, but they should have left it on the release and not this book. That eye on the side of it taints it. There's a nitpick for you.
That's silly.
One nitpick.
And it stands out. It sticks out like a sore thumb. The white on everything. Yeah.
Taints it. So there you go. That's the reason why I'm not going to buy it. Come on, US. Hit me with it.
Imprint, I was working for you, but then you went and fucked up the spine. I had them.